all appears calm and normal until Solange Knowles, Beyonce's sister, lunges at her brother-in-law.
Do you feel the federal government will probably speak to Jay-Z in regards?
They already have.
Oh.
They talked to him before he made that Super Bowl announcement. Isn't that interesting? He was questioned by the feds before he made the Super Bowl announcement. Blink twice.
I know so much on how you got where you are, how you stepped on many people.
Promised earlier this week, he said this is an ongoing investigation and that they will be speaking to more people. We found out that these two individuals, and we have actually spoken to one of them. They are both workers. One of them says that they had an interaction with Diddy in 2014, and they are willing to tell the feds what they know about that interaction. And another one said that they are willing, and not only willing, but have been subpoenaed to go before the grand jury. So the second person could end up going before the grand jury. At this stage, they are just going to be interviewed by prosecutors. Clearly, they're trying to figure out what these other witnesses know and how they can help them convict Diddy, and that's the name of the game at this point for the feds.
Yeah.
The question is if there is going to be a jury, because yesterday you reported that a former warden had a warning for Diddy that he should watch his back in prison.
Yeah. Look, this is, he's going to be in this at Brooklyn, MDC Brooklyn. Who knows? It could be up to a year before this trial begins. And obviously, they're going to be, his attorneys have said that they're going to try to get him moved to a different facility. But for now, he's in there. And what we've been told by a former warden is...
You meaning record company guys sit around and tell the artists, this is hot, say that, do this. We're gonna have this guy write the lyrics.
There's just been a shocking revelation from federal authorities regarding a highly private and scandalous video involving none other than Jay-Z and Beyoncé, reportedly taken during a wild party hosted by Diddy. Apparently during a Homeland Security raid on Diddy's properties, some rather intriguing discoveries were made, including compromising footage featuring numerous beloved celebrities caught in scandalous situations. Speculation is rife that Diddy intentionally leaked this footage to authorities as a form of revenge against the Carters, allegedly due to their perceived lack of support during his legal battles. It seems he's on a mission to embarrass them at any cost. Adding fuel to the fire, an unsettling audio clip allegedly featuring Meek Mill and Diddy has surfaced, courtesy of Diddy's former bodyguard. It's like he's inching closer to jail time. The reason he isn't in jail is because Diddy is allegedly working with authorities to expose Jay-Z's involvement in unaliving his mistress, Kathy White. So if the name Kathy White doesn't ring a bell, it's because she's been scrubbed from the internet, and people are saying Jay-Z was the one who got her removed from the web. Why? Because Kathy White was allegedly Jay-Z's side piece he got pregnant while he was married to Beyonce. Kathy was an up-and-coming publicist when she mysteriously died at 28 from what officials say was a brain aneurysm, despite being incredibly healthy and her death being, well, shady. Rumors about the alleged affair between Jay-Z and Kathy sparked after she was spotted at a Las Vegas nightclub partying with Jay-Z and Diddy. It didn't take long for people to start connecting the dots and figuring out that Kathy was Jay-Z's mistress. Kathy had enough of living a double life and decided that it was finally time to tell her story, and that's when she was offed. First responders to the scene felt her death was suspicious. An NYPD officer speculated that, quote, someone might have given Kathy a bad drug, end quote, and ordered a toxicology report, but that report never came. And it sounds like somebody was pulling strings to get her death covered up. Renewed attention on this case was started by someone who also believes Jay had something to do with Kathy's death, reporter Liz Krogan. Liz wrote an extensive report about the whole thing where she talked about how she reached out to Kathy for an interview about Jay-Z. Kathy allegedly told Liz that she would consider doing a tell-all about the affair. Then all of a sudden, Liz couldn't get through to Kathy again, and when she finally got a hold of one of her friends, she was informed that Kathy had passed away. Wait, so hold on. Why is there chatter about Jay-Z being in the same club as Diddy? Allegedly, it's because of his interest in young girls. So rumor has it that Jay-Z exploits young women in the industry, young enough to be his own daughter. Now, if you've been following Jay-Z closely, you'll know that he's far from the wholesome family man he portrays himself to be. So Jay-Z has been under scrutiny for quite some time. Do you guys remember when he was romantically involved with Foxy Brown? Yeah, she was just 15 years old and he was 27. That raised more than a few eyebrows. But wait, there's more. Jay-Z maintains close friendships with Diddy, Russell Simmons, and R. Kelly, each of whom has faced allegations related to their relationships with underage girls. Now, with fresh evidence coming to light, it won't be long before Jay-Z has to address these shady connections to Diddy.
Now you got the Diddy situation where he jumps on a private jet, they say yesterday, and is on his way to the Cape Verde Islands.
Oh, this about to get fun for me.
Yeah. Let me
There's nothing like, have you ever seen what happens to a rat when it's trapped in a heated environment?
Oh, it'll eat through anything.
Claw eat its way through anything. So I want y'all to imagine this. I got Jay-Z on his back with his stomach exposed. Diddy is the rat that I'm using. And I'm gonna take a metal trash can and put it right on Jay-Z's stomach with Diddy right in there. And I'm gonna heat that bitch up and see what he eat through. Both of y'all. I got you, bitch. I told you.
As the U.S. attorney came on and spoke on the indictment, next to him you see 6 U.S. AUSAs, his assistant attorneys. I believe 1 pregnant, 1 a little older, but all white women. What are your thoughts on that when you see 6 women assisting the U.S. attorney?
A small choruses of Nancy Graces?
Basically.
I think it's fabulous.
Yeah. Need it.
Sean P. Combs, he's a bad guy. Yeah. Can't wait to see it.
Would you like a woman to be the judge over this thing?
Oh, that would be beautiful. That would be beautiful.
That I'm not part of the club. I'm talking about the club of gatekeepers that we all got to deal with.
If he did have something to do with all the things that Diddy allegedly did, he needs to go with him. Fact, right? Now, are there other people that also could be involved here? Yes. And should they be in the same exact place? Yes. Bro, why are you out here doing weirdness? That's crazy. Right? But keep this in mind. The 2 of these individuals came from a time where it wasn't okay to do, but everyone was basically doing it in the music industry, right? The casting couch thing is a reality. And in hip hop, it was probably even more so a reality.
Clients describe NBC as hell, as the worst conditions they've been.
Jay and Diddy go way back, especially in the 90s and early 2000s. There was a time that when you thought about New York rap, it was Bad Boy and Rock Nation or Rockefeller or all the other subsidiaries that Jay-Z has. And if you pay attention, or as if he's already said it, if you look at, Jay probably sat there to himself and he looked at what Diddy was doing with his music career and how he transitioned over to business. And Jay did the same exact thing. Their business ventures pretty much mirror each other. Everything from their different labels, to their signees, to distribution, to liquor, to branding, all that kind of shit. Now, I truly don't think Jay had anything to do with it, but if he had, I wouldn't really be surprised. Because for me, when I look at Jay, when I look at Diddy, I think of the epitome of just like the music industry and the rap game in particular, of what happens when you transition from music into other industries. Jay right now is at the point where he is trying to get into rooms with people who otherwise he would never even get to interact with, especially with the NFL. And this isn't a secret or anything. This has been ongoing for years. And even back in 2019, they said there was no chance for him to get part of a team or even own a team. But yet he's still brokering deals with the Colin Kaepernick stuff, and he's still brokering deals with the whole Jay-Z Super Bowl stuff. You could tell he's still trying to break into those rooms and be considered to be a part owner of an NFL team or even a full-on owner. And that's the thing, like, to us, Jay has the money, right? Like, $2.5 billion is a lot of money. That's more than enough money for his generations of his bloodline forever. But when you compare it to NFL money, look at that. Look at that, $78.4 billion. That's the owner of Walmart. Tepper, $20.6 billion. Stan, $16.2 billion. Jerry Jones, $13.8 billion. To us, $2.5 billion to $13 billion don't really make a difference. It's still the same lifestyle, but to them, it's buying power and it's influence. I mean, like, yeah, like, don't get me wrong, like, Jay's up there. He is up there. He has done extremely well for himself. Him and his wife have done extremely well for themselves, for them and their family. What I'm trying to say is I don't really think Jay's a part of it because he's not even a drop in the pond. He's a fish swimming with much, much larger whales and sharks.
Did they work with artists?
Did they manipulate you?
No. I'm an independent artist.
And when you see, there's no artist, let me be clear, there's no artist in this industry that's doing major numbers with these platforms that haven't sold their.
I look at Jay-Z and I say, Juan, Tata, Emery. And,
on one hand.
And I forgot my man that they got the gold couch in the office. I forgot his name.
Is it Big? Is the other person that he had?
No, not Big, not Big. So the he was damn, this is my man too, man. He's a worker for Rock Nation, but it's just like those four and then Guru. I looked at those five. You know what I'm saying? And I say, this is who's around. And I look at the young, now she's not young no more, but she been with him from day one. The little short girl that run Rock Nation. Yeah. And then I look at Jay Brown. Okay, no matter what company this man go to, he's not gonna let them people tell him these 6 people can't do such and such or don't listen to you. Puff is the type of person that when we get around certain people, he's not gonna say, yo, that's my man. Yo, make sure not. Where I've been to Jay office and I've seen Tata office and I've seen Jay Brown office and I've seen Ron, you know what I'm saying? Like, okay, these are my guys. No matter who I'm underneath the umbrella or no matter who I have a meeting with, they taken care of.
Now with the people that say this about Jay, oh, well, Jay's next. And then you say how he kind of maintains his empire this way. You feel like that's a possibility for Jay to be next to be taken down?
If you was to ask me, I would say no. I would say no. I would say when I look and see J1 aligns himself with loyalty around him. Come on, we just seen Rolling Stone just come out and you got 50 plus ex-employees and everybody else talking about Diddy and everything he did from college. So that shows you that, yo, who did he have around him?
We call that a career criminal.
You know what I'm saying?
Why doesn't the government want him to turn himself in? Because then they can't ask for detention. So they go and they arrest him. They arrest a guy who came to New York to turn himself in.
After they are done with Diddy, Jay-Z is up next to be exposed, right? He allegedly has done things and allegedly participated in a lot of things that the public would not be happy to know.
He alleged that the Sean Carter, Sean Combs, Jay-Z, they would be in bed together from time to time. Overheard Jay-Z saying he was tired of being second fiddle to Biggie and more or less gave Diddy the go-ahead to...
Now, the P. Diddy allegations are getting so deep and so twisted that even I'm having a hard time following at this point. But today I want to talk specifically about Jay-Z, because that is one name on these lists that keep coming out that I think might run a lot deeper than we even know at this point. And for anyone who might not be familiar with the name Jay-Z, he's that man that's usually pictured standing next to Beyonce. That is her husband. Does this ring a bell? Okay, anyways. So there have been some strange headlines regarding Jay-Z and young women throughout the years that everyone has just ignored. But for starters, there are only 2 people on this planet who are allowed to call P. Diddy by his first name, Sean. And that is his mother and Jay-Z, because they're actually both named Sean. But even the fact alone that P. Diddy has repeatedly mentioned that there are only 2 people on this planet allowed to call him by his real name, and one of those is Jay-Z, it highlights that these two were incredibly close. But even before the P. Diddy information came out, Jay-Z's age gap, relationships, and just the fact that he was often surrounded by girls so much younger than him always sat a little strange to me. For starters, there were always rumors surrounding this woman who goes by Foxy Brown. Here she is 15 and Jay-Z is 23. And then there are some more suggestive photos like this taken with Aaliyah when she was between like 15 to 17. At this point, he was in his very late 20s. And this was all, of course, until he met Beyonce, which the age at which they met seems to change based off of what interviews from them you read. Now, Beyonce, of course, always knows to make it clear they met when she was 18, which is still insanely young, because he still would have been about 30 years old. But according to Cosmo, there are some interviews in which the timeline Jay-Z gives would have put Beyonce around the age of 17, which again would have made him 29 and her a high schooler. And if that's not all odd enough too, there's the story of how he signed Rihanna to Def Jam Records. When she was 16 years old, they flew her up to meet Jay-Z, and they've talked about this a number of times now. But they essentially trapped a 16-year-old girl and held her in the office for hours until 3 a.m. when she finally agreed to sign.
Maybe even literally. Come on, Jay. Don't think we forgot this. Y'all, look at this freaky shit. Look what did he do? Smack, smack. Y'all, this man literally ran around the stage and good gamed Jay-Z twice. Back to what I was saying though. These two been boys since damn near the 80s. I know a lot of people in the comments gonna be like, bro, you reaching, Jay-Z don't have nothing to do with it. Why the fuck don't he? These two been friends since motherfucking I don't know when. So they been friends for this long, and you trying to tell me Jay don't know what Diddy had going on? Ain't no fucking way. He knew. The reason why I think he threw him under the bus is because the comfortability is crazy. Jay-Z must have somehow got the doings that he did in the freak-offs and any documents that Diddy had on him and got them motherfuckers erased. Because he damn sure stopped answering Diddy calls. If he feel like Diddy still had something over him, best believe he would have still been answering them calls. He'd have been front and center showing his support, but that's not the case. This was the ultimate power move by Jay-Z. He seen one allegation come out and he was like, yeah, this is my time to shine, to take over the throne. Me at the top by myself. Ultimate snake vibes. That's what he did, y'all. That's just my opinion. But TikTok, this is strictly for entertainment purposes only. I lied about everything. This is just a joke. Diddy and Jay-Z are boys. Jay-Z didn't snake Diddy. Jay-Z didn't do nothing. This is just a fucking story, y'all. So don't do too much. Chill.
If you're a halfway intelligent person, when do you start questioning how lucky some motherfuckers keep getting?
Right. Well, if he really was filming everybody, I mean, he had a lot of people at those parties, right?
Rumors are swirling around Diddy and Beyoncé, sparked by a recent accusation involving Diddy. Though no solid evidence implicates Beyoncé, her name is being dragged into the controversy because of her husband Jay-Z's close friendship with Diddy. This connection has led many online to speculate that Beyoncé might know more than she's letting on. To make matters worse, people are claiming that there's a tape of Beyoncé and Diddy together that's being auctioned to various media outlets, with TMZ reportedly being the highest bidder. This tape could be released soon, adding to the scandal involving other celebrities who attended Diddy's infamous parties. A batch of photos has already leaked, including one showing Diddy pouring champagne on two people at one of these wild events. Rumors have been heating up online with shocking claims about Diddy's wild parties resurfacing. One disturbing photo allegedly shows Diddy's friend in a pool with two escorts engaged in intimate acts while Diddy looked on. More photos have emerged featuring well-known celebrities like Kim Kardashian, Paris Hilton, Chris Brown, Leonardo DiCaprio, and even names as big as Franklin, Obama, Trump, and Prince Harry. The internet went into a frenzy over these leaked images. Still, the real bombshell is the rumored footage of Diddy and Beyoncé, reportedly being sold to the highest bidder. TMZ is said to be leading the race, and the video could drop at any moment, creating a media storm. These allegations came to light a few days ago when attorney Ariel Mitchell appeared in an interview sharing unsettling details about what's going on behind the scenes. If true, this footage could escalate the drama even further. Attorney Ariel Mitchell recently shared disturbing details about a new client she is representing in a lawsuit against Diddy for sexual assault. While the client's identity remains undisclosed, she claims she met Diddy in 2018 at a friend's house. According to the allegations, after drinking beverages that had been secretly spiked by Diddy, she began feeling dizzy and eventually lost consciousness. It was during this time that Diddy allegedly sexually assaulted her using an inanimate object and then instructed another man present to also assault her and pleasure himself. What makes the situation even more tragic is that, according to the client, it wasn't just Diddy and the other man in the room during the assault. This revelation adds a layer of horror to an already deeply troubling situation, further intensifying Diddy's legal battle. The client, represented by attorney Ariel Mitchell, has shared a harrowing account of her alleged assault involving Diddy. She claims that in 2018, she was at a friend's house with industry connections when Diddy arrived. Everything seemed normal initially, but Diddy's assistant, Christina Kuram, often referred to as his right hand, was also present. According to the client, Diddy and Christina were openly discussing sex, which set the tone for what was to come. The client was given a drink, which she later realized had been spiked. She began to feel woozy, and after losing consciousness, she alleges that Diddy assaulted her with an inanimate object. He then directed another man in the room to assault her while he watched and pleasured himself. At some point, the client regained consciousness and escaped the terrifying situation. She ran out of the house, screaming for help. Fortunately, a neighbor heard her cries and allowed her into their home, calling the police immediately. The neighbor also reported seeing a black SUV speeding away from the scene, likely Diddy's vehicle. A police report was filed at the time, and the witness confirmed hearing screeching tires as the SUV left the quiet suburban neighborhood. These details have added further weight to the lawsuit, as the witness and police report substantiate parts of the client's story, intensifying the legal scrutiny surrounding Diddy. When the police arrived after the incident, Diddy was already gone. The neighbor who helped the victim couldn't identify anyone inside the vehicle, only describing a black SUV speeding away. However, the victim did tell the neighbor who was responsible and why they fled so quickly. Despite filing a police report at the time, the authorities didn't take any further action, leading many to believe that Diddy had paid them off, a tactic he allegedly used to silence multiple victims over the years. The victim didn't pursue legal action or hire an attorney immediately out of fear. In 2018, Diddy was still an influential and iconic figure in the industry, making it difficult for her to believe anyone would take her seriously. As a young woman from Northern California, she felt powerless against someone as powerful as Diddy. She feared for her safety if she came forward. It wasn't until the high-profile lawsuit filed by Cassie that the client felt empowered to step forward, hoping that, with more attention on Diddy's history of misconduct, her story would finally be heard. The victim initially filed a police report, hoping it would lead to an investigation. Still, she initially felt that the police were dismissive of her claims. She sensed that the authorities were trying to bury the case rather than investigate it seriously. This perception of being disregarded is unfortunately common among many victims, particularly women, who feel their reports of sexual assault are not taken seriously by law enforcement. Victim blaming and shaming are often part of the experience, leading many to stay silent out of fear that their claims won't be investigated or that they'll face scrutiny instead of support. In the interview, attorney Ariel Mitchell highlighted this broader issue, noting that many women hesitate to report assaults to the police because they don't feel safe or believe they'll be protected. The failure of the system to provide adequate support for survivors is a significant reason why sexual assault often goes unreported. Toward the end of the interview, things took a surprising turn when Ariel mentioned that another individual had contacted her about representing them in connection with selling a rumored freak-off tape, allegedly involving Diddy and a specific high-profile person. This revelation adds another layer of intrigue and controversy to an already explosive situation, suggesting that more damaging material could soon surface. Attorney Ariel Mitchell recently revealed that she was contacted by someone asking her to represent them in the sale of a disturbing tape involving Diddy and another high-profile celebrity. Ariel declined to represent them, but she confirmed the tape's existence. According to Ariel, the other individual in the video is even more high-profile than Diddy and seemed unaware that they were being filmed. During the interview, Ariel explained that several tapes involving Diddy have already been shot around Hollywood. The person who approached her wanted to sell the tape or offer it to the individual in the footage before it was made public. In a catch and kill scenario, the person could buy the tape to prevent its release. While Ariel did not disclose the identity of the other person in the tape, she confirmed that Diddy and the high-profile individual were featured in it. She also mentioned that she had seen snippets of the tape herself and verified that the footage is authentic, with the other person clearly visible. Ariel described the tape as explicit in nature, aligning with rumors that Diddy frequently recorded intimate activities at his home without the knowledge of those involved. This revelation adds a new layer of intrigue to the allegations, as the existence of tapes like this one raises severe concerns about consent and privacy, especially for high-profile individuals unaware of being filmed. Ariel Mitchell recently discussed a disturbing tape recorded at Diddy's Atlanta home, where a high-profile celebrity was allegedly filmed without their knowledge. The individual, unaware they were being recorded, was reportedly more famous than Diddy. Ariel confirmed she had seen parts of the tape, verifying its existence. While she didn't explicitly mention Beyoncé, speculation erupted online that she might be the other person involved, especially after Ariel's comment about the celebrity being more high-profile than Diddy. These rumors gained even more traction when a viral video featuring rapper DaBaby surfaced. In the video, DaBaby recalled an encounter at Diddy's house in early 2020 where he was invited to a secretive, intimate meeting with Diddy, Beyoncé, and Jay-Z. According to DaBaby, Beyoncé introduced herself in a flirty way, leading some to suggest she was initiating something beyond conversation, possibly a freak-off scenario. He also claimed Diddy cleared the room of everyone except himself, Beyoncé, and Jay-Z, after which things allegedly became more personal, with Diddy putting his hands around DaBaby's neck and giving the impression that he took a liking to him. While these claims are primarily based on rumors and speculative comments, they have only intensified the scandal surrounding Diddy's private parties, contributing to gossip about hidden cameras, non-consensual recordings, and potential high-profile involvement. DaBaby continued sharing his story, describing how Diddy singled him out at a gathering with high-profile guests, including Jay-Z and Beyoncé, at Diddy's home. Diddy had cleared most of the people from the room, leaving about 15 individuals, including the superstar couple. DaBaby found it surreal to be in such company. Beyoncé even came over to introduce herself in a friendly way, which DaBaby found surprising and flattering. He recalled her saying, "I'm a big fan of your work," and how amazing it felt to interact with such an icon. But the story doesn't stop there. Rumors and stories about Diddy's eccentric behavior have been circulating for years. One of the most infamous moments from the early 2000s reality show, Asterisk Making the Band. Asterisk involved Diddy making the group members walk across New York City for hours to get him a cheesecake. While this seemed like a test of loyalty or a power move at the time, Freddie P., a former band member, recently revealed a new twist. In an interview with Asterisk Art of Dialogue Asterisk, Freddie P. claimed that the cheesecake wasn't actually for Diddy, but for Beyoncé. This revelation fueled rumors and speculation linking Diddy and Beyoncé in various ways. These stories paint an increasingly strange and controversial picture of Diddy's behavior behind the scenes, whether it's secret tapes, bizarre demands, or interactions with high-profile celebrities. According to Freddie P., one of the former members of Asterisk making the band Asterisk, the infamous Cheesecake Walk wasn't actually for Diddy, as many thought. Instead, Beyoncé allegedly told Diddy that she wanted the cheesecake. Instead of having someone from her team fetch it, she reportedly allowed Diddy to make the members of Asterisk, the band Asterisk, walk across New York City for hours to get it. Even more surprising, it seems she was indifferent to the humiliation Diddy put the group through on camera for the show, as she reportedly went upstairs and ate the cheesecake once it arrived. This revelation has caused quite a stir, as many viewers didn't realize Beyoncé was behind the cheesecake request. Freddie P. revealed this in an interview, emphasizing how Diddy manipulated the situation, making the band members endure the embarrassing walk as a form of public humiliation, all while Beyoncé simply enjoyed the treat upstairs. It adds an unexpected layer to the already bizarre story, highlighting how Beyoncé might have been far more involved in the incident than many initially believed, or at the very least, was complicit in allowing it to happen. In this recount from Freddie P., he describes the infamous Cheesecake Walk in more detail, providing insight into how things unfolded. He and Donon were the ones who went to get the cheesecake. When they returned, they were greeted with frustration from the rest of the group, who were upset about the situation. Freddie and Donon were already back in the hotel hours before the others arrived. When they finally met the rest of the group, Diddy first said they should take the cheesecake upstairs for Beyoncé. Freddie P. then shares that some other band members, likely feeling resentment or jealousy, tried to snitch on him and Donon, saying they had cheated or been treated differently. Still, Diddy quickly dismissed their complaints, saying he never told them to walk back. This scene highlights not only the bizarre power dynamics between Diddy and his group, but also the tension within the band over the situation. It seemed like Diddy used the cheesecake incident to assert control and manipulate the band members, leaving them frustrated, humiliated, and confused about their roles in the situation. Freddie's revelation adds a new layer to the story, suggesting that Beyoncé's involvement may have been far more significant than previously known and shedding light on Diddy's harsh methods of testing loyalty. The rumors and speculations surrounding Diddy, Beyoncé, and Jay-Z have taken another wild turn, especially with the recent claims about the alleged tape. Some people have even suggested that it might not be Beyoncé in the video, but Jay-Z, pointing to their close friendship and the bizarre rumors about Diddy and Jay-Z's interactions. The rumors got louder when a viral video showed Diddy slapping Jay-Z's cheeks during a stage performance, sparking wild speculation that Diddy may have been signaling something more intimate after the show. Clearly, the internet is divided and in a frenzy over these allegations. There is no confirmation that it's actually Beyoncé in the alleged video. Still, people are already connecting the dots. Some say that Beyoncé has been involved in these parties and might not be the innocent victim people think she is. There are even comments online labeling her as someone who might be into the scene, with one person claiming they don't call her Queen Bee for nothing, hinting at a deeper, darker side to her image. Others think that Diddy might be the one to spill the beans if the video is made public, with some saying he should have just stayed with his children's mother and lived a quieter life. Clearly, this situation has spiraled into full-blown gossip and conspiracy theories, and everyone is eager to see what will happen once the video is officially released or if any more details surface. At this point, it's all speculation. We'll have to wait and see if TMZ buys the video and what the fallout will be. The floodgates seem to have opened, and there's no telling how deep this rabbit hole could go. What do you think? Do you believe Beyoncé might be involved, or is this all just wild rumors? Let me know your thoughts.